So today I'm going to ask anyone who's watching this to do a little project for yourself. I want you to try doing a drawing where you deliberately push it too far. What I mean by that is this. I'm sure if you've ever done any kind of drawing before, you've gotten to a point where you just kind of look at it and you feel like you made a wrong decision somewhere and you're not sure how to keep working on it in whatever way that you were working on it was. Another example of like what this could look like is I've seen in lots of classes that I've taught before when a kid's working with something, usually it's drawing, and very early on they'll like make one kind of mark, right? And they'll just decide that that very first mark that they made wasn't what they were supposed to have made. So they'll just stop. Or someone will make a mistake at one point and feel like the entire thing is just ruined. I've seen children crying sometimes even. It's really sad. If something maybe didn't quite go the way they thought in a drawing, and to them it's just like it's the end of the world. So I'm going to ask you guys to do something that's possibly a little bit outside of your general comfort zones, because we're going to deliberately get to exactly that place. So what I'm going to be doing today is showing you how I do the basic drawings or prep work for a lot of my small-scale cup sculptures, which you may or may not have seen before. They're typically heavily abstract and very dense and very layered. And one of the things that I usually do to get myself started on those is I will deliberately push something beyond where I feel like it realistically should go. Usually I'll just oversaturate a sculpture with like some sort of a glaze, or just randomly apply glaze in like the first firing, and just to see what happens, right? And then from there I've kind of given myself a base to start from, to just play around and see if I can turn the thing that maybe wasn't the most deliberate piece of artwork to begin with into something resolved and finished. So to me it's kind of like a challenge of like ingenuity with the materials and the tools that you have, like deliberately giving yourself some place to start from that isn't always predicted at the beginning. That said, deciding to do something randomly is its own deliberate decision. So if you deliberately choose to make something random, it's not entirely random. If, for example, I were working on something that I really wanted to do a very specific way, and my cat would jump up on the table and just ruin everything that I'm working on, that would technically be more random than me deciding to make something random. And if I'm really being honest, I might still be tempted to try working from there. So I'm just trying to build up a very dense layer of color and wax, and just I'm going to really give myself a challenge with this. Really build up the color. It's starting to get to a point where the wax that I've got on here, if I were to try and add more to it anywhere in here, I'd be just lifting some of the wax buildup that I've already set down, which is good. That means it's already really saturated with color and pigment. So I'm trying a different trick because I felt like I was doing things a little bit too deliberately, and that's not really what I want to do. So I'm trying to go a little bit faster than I probably realistically should to make marks that are unplanned